I'm just warming up. Just warming up. And I've been doing this for 61 years. It's the only time I'm relaxed, no phone calls, nobody bugs me, and I'm in control of everything. I can stay off for 4 weeks sometimes. I like to go back in the time, as you heard Mr. Sullivan say many years ago, was a turning point in my life. When I was a kid, I want to go back growing up in South Philadelphia. South Philadelphia. Hey, you got my hubcaps? I was 10 years old, and my dad and I took a walk down to South Street one day. Of course, South Street was a different place then. It was a mill area. People bought clothes, shoes, haberdashers, and pawn shops, and things like that. He saved up $15, this was 1946, and he's going to buy himself a suit with 2 pair of pants. 15 bucks. The world has changed, hasn't it? And I was the firstborn of 3 sons, and every time we'd pass one shop, he'd hesitate. And he'd hesitate. Finally, I said, you know what, Charlie? I said, the heck with the suit. He says, pick an instrument out. Make something of yourself. I don't want you to work like a donkey, like a hell all my life at a factory. Well, I'm 10 years old. What the hell do I know about life, you know? I just want the Hershey bar. Nickel ice cream cone. They're $4 now. Welcome to America, what's left of it. Anyway, cut a long story short. He bought me the guitar. I wanted a trumpet because Harry James was a famous musical figure at the time, trumpet player. He said, nah, you don't want that, you'll blow your brains out. What a choice I had. He said, pick it up. I said, what did you? So I got the guitar, and he taught me a few chords. A friend of his who was a part-time musician taught me, he said, you know what, if you're going to learn the right way and get a teacher. So I studied for years, 4 or 5 years, 6 years. And I began, playing little theaters, and every time I win 10 bucks. 10 bucks. That's a lot of money, 10 bucks, you know. One day I asked my mother for quarters. She said, not this week, we got to pay the insurance. Remember the guy, Hancock? He got the book, 25 cents. You can't buy flowers for that now. Anyway, I seem to go on about this, but it's my life. I want to tell you, you got a minute? It won't take long. And finally I start playing the little clubs and things around the neighborhood, making a few bucks. And in our day, we took our pay home to Mom and say, yeah, Mom. And she'd give us some spending money to help the family out. We were poor people like everybody else was poor. We didn't know, but we were all poor. Working class people. And then finally one day after performing, I did a show called the Paul Whiteman Show. It was on Channel 6, WFIL, and it was simulcast around Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, parts of New York. And this fellow heard me driving into Philadelphia, and he owned a record company called Cadillac Records, just like that movie you made. And of course, we didn't have a telephone, and there was no, whatever they call it, I think today, computers. Nobody knew what we didn't have a television either. But anyway, I got a telegram saying that he thought I had a lot of talent and he wanted to record me. So I began my recording career the year before I started high school, in 1952. And I recorded for 5 or 6 years with no great success. But I was working the nightclub circuit. My dad was making 50 bucks a week. I was making 150 bucks a week. Wow. Top of the world, Mom. And helping the family out. I had 2 younger brothers. And some of my grandparents were still alive at the time. Matter of fact, I never forget when I did the Ed Sullivan Show. The next day I went home, my grandmother said to me, the first thing she said to me was, don't get a big head. There's wisdom from a woman that never went to school. God bless her soul, I love her so much. And I started my recording career, and I did the original bandstand show with Bob Moore. And then, of course, Dick Clark took over later on. I won't get into that history. That's it. But I recorded a song that changed not only my life but my family's life. I made enough money with this song to buy my mom and dad a new home in the suburbs. We got out of the ghetto, took care of the family for a couple of years until the money ran out and everybody went back to work. What the hell? At least we had a couple of years, right? And on the strength of this song, I've had the pleasure of performing throughout the world. You might remember it was #1, knocked a fellow by the name of Elvis out of the box for 2 weeks. He went to Las Vegas, I went to Wildwood, New Jersey. somebody new but I'm crazy. You butterfly, and you keep me, making me cry. I made up my mind to tell you goodbye, but I'm over love. You butterfly, what I knew from the first time I kissed you was trouble and time. Yeah, the honey that drips from your sweet lips was tasting all out of my mind. I know this much, I know what I do. I live in your ways, flying us too, 'cause you're crazy about you. You butterfly, what I knew from the first time I kissed you was trouble and kind. 'Cause the honey that drips from your sweet lips was tasting all out of my mind. I love you so, I know what I do. I'm living your way, flying up to, 'cause I'm crazy about you. You butterfly, you butterfly, you butterfly. Thanks for remembering.